Have I told y'all this by Nelda Spell Mitchell? This is just a collection of stories of when my husband and I were growing up and even as we got older. Just different things that we talked about when we had a free minute to sit under the shade tree. Today I'm going to read you the story about Dennis's prize-winning 4-H club projects. Dennis was so proud. He was so proud that he got to be 10 years old. Reaching 10 was the only prerequisite for joining the 4-H club, and it was a coveted benchmark in 1947 for him. The club met at the school during class time, and members were allowed to miss one class once a month for the meetings. Best of all, members were given time out of class to practice marching, getting ready for the 4-H club rally that was held once a year in Collins. And it was an all-day affair in Collins to have the 4-H club rally. And part of it was marching down Main Street. To learn to do by doing was the way the 4-H leaders encouraged youngsters to learn ways to become better homemakers and farmers. Having a project, keeping records of one's actions involved with the project, was the student's way of proving that he or she was learning to make the best better. The county winner for each project won a free 3-day trip to the 4-H club camp at Ocean Springs, Mississippi. The first 2 years, Dennis chose 2 projects that were fail-proof for him. He chose taking care of hens that laid eggs and recorded the number of eggs each day, and he chose growing pigs from a young mama pig. He would be a sure winner in both projects. His mother had chickens at a chicken yard full of chickens, excellent hens that laid eggs every day, and all he had to do was to select 10 hens and record if he fed them each day and the number of eggs he collected from each. Each participant in the pig raising contest was given a registered Duroc gilt with the stipulation that 2 gilts per litter were given back to the officials who would pass them on to other youngsters. Even as a 10-year-old boy, Dennis was confident he could handle both projects, since recording the appropriate information was the only thing that was new to him, because he already helped his mother with all the chickens and hens and gathering eggs. He already did that, and his daddy with the pigs. Dennis would soon find out that his 10 hens that he selected, they didn't feel like laying an egg each day, no matter how much he fed them. But he recorded his egg amounts accurately. He was so proud of his eggs, and he was proud that he was being honest with it. When Dennis visited his sister Alma Rogers and her son Mitchell Rogers, who was Dennis's age, and Mitchell Rogers also had a hen and egg project. Dennis was shocked to learn that Mitchell Rogers' hens, each hen laid an egg every day. And then he was hurt and angry when he overheard his sister laughing telling their parents how she slipped eggs under each hen so that he would be sure to have a perfect score every day. Mitchell Rogers won the trip to camp that year. Well, now Dennis's registered Duroc gilt received the best of care, with more than enough to eat, clean water to drink, mud to wallow in, and clean hay to trample in the mud. She was bred to the neighbor's boar and soon was bulging, ready to give birth. and what a large litter of pigs she had. My gracious, Dennis was a sure winner. The next morning when he went out to feed her and check on the pigs, it was hard to believe. She had rolled over and squashed every last one of those little pigs. She did. Every little pig was dead. Oh, Dennis was heartbroken. Someone else won the trip. But that's not the end of the story. He kept the sow, and she had 2 more litters of pigs. He knew each time he was going to be the winner, but he couldn't believe it. Each time was the same thing. She would roll over on them and squash them, just mash them flat. Well, 3 strikes and you're out at baseball and squashing your pigs. That sow was out and she was sold to someone else, and someone else won the prize and the free trip. Well, Dennis chose growing a corn crop for his next 4-H Club project. There was no way he could fail with the corn crop. He had all the prerequisites. He had good soil, plenty of cow fertilizer, plenty of bulk fertilizer, his daddy's tractor and planter, and a hired helper, Marshall Crosby, to help with the work. And they had bought new hybrid Dixie 18 corn seed, which was capable of producing 100 bushels per acre, which was unheard of in our area. Just the previous year, a farmer in North Mississippi had planted Dixie 18 corn seed and received national awards and prize money for producing 100 bushels corn per acre. Well, it was a 1-acre project. Accurate records would be kept. Dennis could even be the next national winner for the corn company, as well as winning the local 4-H trip. The 1 acre was measured with a tape measure. It was a good level choice plot of dirt right beside the public road, about a mile from Dennis's house. Dennis and Marshall cleaned out the cow barn with shovels and loaded manure on a small trailer that had previously been the back of a pickup truck. The trailer had a homemade hitch so it could be pulled by the Ferguson tractor. Dennis and Marshall hauled and spread 28 loads of cow manure on that 1 acre. Dennis and Marshall dished that thick layer of manure into the soil and planted the hybrid Dixie 18 corn seed in early March. Every seed came up. It was beautiful. The county agent and 4-H Club agent came and made pictures. They brought school groups from Salem and Collins and seminary schools to see the fantastic corn. A good, slow, gentle rain fell every Saturday night till the 1st of June, and the corn was beginning to tassel and form ears. And then, throughout the entire month of June, there was a continuous blowing of hot, dry wind from the east. By the middle of June, church members were holding special meetings to pray for rain. Mr. Elmer McGee was a religious man, but had little faith in his prayers. After one of the meetings, he was heard to comment that no matter how many prayers were said, it was not going to rain as long as the wind was blowing out of the east. The drought was so severe that some said that fish in the creeks got sunburned. And others said there were ticks on the fish they caught. Well, the corn did make some good ears. Dennis and Marshall gathered all of it. It filled that little trailer one time, about 25 bushels. Someone else won the prize and the 4-H club trip. Dennis gave up on chickens. He could not compete with his sister helping his nephew. He gave up on pigs. His sow squashed all her pigs. The drought got his corn. So next he tried cotton. His first cotton crop was planted on the 1 acre of the ground where the corn had been. The corn grew to be 9 feet tall. Oh, there's so much cow manure, the soil was so rich, the cotton was 9 feet tall. Oh, but it was pretty. A world record boll weevil infestation during the summer, and then a week-long gale in September gathered his cotton, and someone else won the trip. I'm going to show you a picture of the paper which proved that the pig was a registered Duroc pig. They give them a one. They were being sure they were really the real thing. And I don't know, for some reason or other, this got stuck up and we still had it. And I took a picture of it and put it in the book.